Hi all, AD here from Hauntsandjauntsadventures. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today is Friday the 1st of August or October, those of us who love Halloween call it, and I'm at TK Maxx near Hove on the old showroom road, and I'm just going to quickly pop in and see if they've got anything new. So this could be a really quick video. I haven't been here for about a week, so yeah, let's pop in and see if they've got any new Halloween stuff. And straight into the store, they had this little guy. It's like a little bow. I did think it was really good detail. It really looked like bandage. And he was $9.99. Very cute. And they had some pictures. They had this pirate Mona Lisa, $19.99. And then this one. But I was just having a quick look through here because we have seen all of these before. Definitely saw that one last week. So nothing new in store anyway. And then yeah, we know how you feel. This really made me laugh. Yeah, those of us that work jobs, you know exactly how she feels. I'm sorry, the text on this clip is back to front. I had a problem, I don't know why, but for some reason the camera recorded everything upside down just on this one particular clip. It's never happened before, but anyway, that's why it looks a bit odd. So $7.99 for that little haunted house, so that was cute. And then there was this little like book, have three eyes. Sorry, trying to read it backward. Want to see it did light up, and that was $7.99. That was a bit random, but I suppose that looked nice laying up against something. And then I spotted in the back here, there's these three little decorations, little ghosties, more like Summerween. I'm just trying to find a price on these, and they are $6.99, which isn't bad for three of them. And then they had these ones, little pack of three, smaller. These were quite heavy, I thought. Couldn't quite see what they were doing. Again, $6.99. Nice if you're having a little display, a little discreet one, which would never happen in my house. And then that was new. No price on that one. And this was new as well, the skull. And just trying to find a price. Although that's very plasticky, that you couldn't put it outside. It was $9.99. And they had this wreath. These were actually really heavy, surprisingly heavy, like $9.99. It's good they've got a little hook on the back there, a little inset if you want to hang it up on the wall. And this king skull, that was $12.99. That was quite nice. Definitely haven't seen that before. There's another one, and then they've got the pumpkin version of the wreath. So really heavy, really good quality as well. $9.99. Definitely seen that witch before behind. And this Dracula. We've seen a few of these, but this one is $16.99. I'm not sure we've seen that one with the glasses, but he's got his black lipstick on. And this, like, I don't know, to say like a ship captain. Quite what he was. He was $12.99. Sorry about the focus there. And that lights up as well. I think the eyes light up on it. And then they had these skulls, like candle holders. Not a big fan of this myself, I have to say. And then they had these, they look like crystal skulls, but they're hollow. They're like glass, they're $7.99. They were really good quality actually. And then around the front they had these like little boo light up ceramic ghosts. Looks a bit evil there. That was $3.99. Considering it lights up, I thought that was really good value. And then a little mini stack here. And that lights up as well. And they were $5.99, so they weren't bad prices. And this like dragon on top of a skull. Looks like he's got a head injury there. $8.99. That lights up as well. Not a bad price. We've seen that pumpkin, and then there was just like one of these. Looks like a Roman soldier, doesn't it? So that's $7.99. We've seen the black and white ones, some more the dragons, and then they had a whole row of those like glass crystal looking ones. And we haven't seen this one before, more Summerween. It looks like vintage to me, that ghoulish range. That was $7.99, and then that was cute. Little ghosty with his teddy bear cat, that was $4.99. And then this lovely little one with a little heart, he was $4.99. And this, I absolutely love this skull with the plan set at the top is $7.99. And then another ghost with a heart. This one lit up. Just trying to get the button. Bear with me. There we go. He's cute. I like the little shoes sticking out the bottom of the sheet. Sorry guys, I've got a little bit of a sore throat at the moment. And he was $5.99. I thought that was really good value. And again, this one's very vintage, isn't it? Just and it lights up. And that was $6.99. It was really good value. And then just behind us spotted this little guy. He's got a little bat balloon and a little woolly hat on. He's really cute. $4.99. And then this, I love the finish on this, like iridescent, and that lit up as well. And that was $5.99, which was really good. That was actually quite big. And then this one with the pumpkin and the witchy hat, $7.99. I think we may have seen that before. I'm sorry if I've already showed it to you. I've been looking at so much stuff, I forget what I have seen and what I haven't seen. And this one was $7.99. And I'm 99% sure I've showed you that one before. And then this little like party ghost, that's what it reminded me of, $6.99. And we've definitely seen those, the row of little mummies. And then they had this big selection of gift boxes. These were absolutely lovely. So they had different sizes of them as $3.99. Again, I'm sorry guys if the quality of the recording's not that great. It was absolutely packed in there. So $1.99 for that smaller pumpkin one. And I have to stand quite far back to record, and there was people behind me, so it's always quite difficult. $2.99, and I do try not to get into anybody's way, especially the staff. And they had this one, which was more, I don't know, mystical than Halloween. It's $2.99. That was really good quality actually. And then they had another coffin shaped one, a skeleton Grim Reaper. That was a little bit bigger. That's $2.99. So they seem to be like $1.99, $2.99 and $3.99. I love that box. I just couldn't think of anything that I could use it for. And then that's just like the bigger version of that one behind. So it's $4.99. So it's quite substantial. Great for giving gifts. I mean, you could put it up if you got space. You could put it up if you celebrate Christmas. And then they had that one was $4.99, and then they had the smaller one here for $2.99. Really cute. And then for $24.99, how cute are these cushions? If you know anyone that's getting married or recently married, they had like a bride and groom cushion set. Look at him with his top hat, his little bat, bow, dicky bow, so cute. And all of these, we've definitely seen all these before. Just having a look around to see if I can find anything new. Some blankets. They haven't had that many blankets this year, but I loved this one. It's like a knitted one, Spooky Night brand, oversized, $24.99, and that was pretty substantial, really vintagey. Halloween looking. Loved it. And had that like Day of the Dead one, and then this one for $14.99, which is Mickey. So got any Disney fans? There's Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. That's quite cute. And then they had loads of paper plates, so that was $1.99 for these paper ones with like dripping blood on it. And then these witchy like tie-dye ones. They were really lovely, $2.99. And they got loads of napkins. So these were palm reading ones. Quite a big pack actually, $2.99. And these really like vintagey ones with the cat on, the top hat, at $2.99. Some coffin skeleton shaped ones, $2.99. These were large skull ones, $2.99. And then the spellbook ones, £2.49. Really lovely. Oops, they fell. I did pick them up, don't worry. And some Martha Stewart ones for $2.99. Cobwebs and spiders. And they had loads of pig ghosties, pumpkins, more ghosts, pumpkins and bats, the foil skull ones, some ghosts. They're really nice. And then they got some witch ones that match those paper plates, and I like those foil bat ones there, the holographic ones. Absolutely loads of different ones. And then they had some Frankenstein ones. How cute are they? And these little ones for £2.49. Little drinks ones. And then they had the little cat next to it. Really sweet. I have showed you these before, but I didn't show you the front of the box. The Halloween crackers, they're $7.99. Lovely if you're having a Halloween party for the little ones. And then they only had a couple of these canvas like tote bags. They're $2.99. Just trying to get it off. And then they had a white ghosty one that said boo. Again, that was $2.99. And they had a couple of these like felt pumpkins. They're $12.99 for 6 foot. And then at the back they had one. It's got like different colours on it. Thought that was quite expensive, to be honest. And then they got this backdrop for $5.99. That's got spider webs and spiders, and then this balloon bat frame thing. Great if you're having a party. I have actually seen these on their website if you're interested. And then a witch's brew cookie jar, $7.99. Again, some are Wayne, but I did like the shape. And then they got these brie bakers and pods, $7.99. Little ghost lid on it. So if you like your cheese. And then for $9.99 they had this skull one. It looks a bit evil actually, doesn't it? So just trying to figure out what it was actually for. And then they had this cat. I thought it was a little cookie jar, but it's actually a mug. I always have to be so careful picking these up. I'm paranoid I'm going to drop it. It's $6.99. Again, I'm trying not to drop this. I'm trying to pick it up. It's so hard. It's quite big. Yep, $7.99. Very cutesy. Little ghost up at the window there and a pumpkin door. And then they had some of these pet beds. So they had skeletons. They've got a smaller sized one there, and then they had this bat one. So if you've got some furry friends, you can get them in the Halloween spirit. And then I just saw this on the way out. He's really cute. For $6.99. Back in the car now, guys. So they had a few new bits in there, and it looks like the proper Halloween stuff is starting to come in, and finally, hopefully, we've seen the end of the Summerween stuff. Do excuse me, I've got a sweet in my mouth, so I've got a bit of a sore throat. I picked up this. I couldn't resist. $7.99. That's going to live year round in my bathroom. And then I picked this up, this little wreath pumpkin, and that was $9.99. And it was a tough decision between that one and the skull one, but I picked this one, and I will have it up all year round. So thank you so much again for watching. Please like and subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. And if you love Halloween, horror movies, paranormal, all that stuff, then look out for the next one, because we've got loads more coming up. Anyway, stay spooky and have a great day.